Have you read a story in the Draoithe Saga and come away with a classic case of immersion aftereffect? Let me guess, there are questions which remain unanswered even as the magic expanded, adding another layer to the dream. The grand desire to turn the page to discover what happened next ended with the last leaf turned. If you're asking where the remedy for the book Hangover is, you know the answer: read another story. But you aren't ready for the next tale, not yet. The dust needs to settle before you pick up the next volume. So you have found your way here. You aren't alone. Even the author can't get enough. As you hear this, Ophelia Kee writes on. But allow me to offer you a possibility, a reflection on the tale you recently finished, and a way to revisit the story to ease the story blues. Welcome to the Draoithe Saga After Party. Warning, spoiler alerts ahead. Turn back now if you wish to read the story blind.
Okay, here's a thought to start us off. What if ancient myths, legends, weren't just old stories? What if they're actually like blueprints for real lives happening right now?
That's a great way to frame it.
Welcome, everyone. Curious minds to what I think is going to be a really fascinating deep dive. We've got these excerpts here from Ophelia Kee's Ruined Lion.
Right, it's the second book in her Lionsgate miniseries.
Which is part of the bigger Draoithe Saga.
Exactly, and our job today really is to unpack this whole thing. It's this mix of steamy paranormal romance, but also urban fantasy.
It plunges you into this world where, myths are basically walking around.
Yeah, among all the strange and wonderful stuff, we're going to look at these surprising connections between like a modern CEO and this orphan girl.
And how their fates are tangled up with a hidden immortal kingdom.
That's the core of it. Seriously, get ready for some moments where you just go, because there's definitely more going on here than you first think. It's this whole concept of the dream world.
Okay, so with that set up, where do we start pulling this apart? It seems pretty complex.
Well, I think we have to start by setting the scene, in the dream itself, like the saga calls it.
Right.
This is a world where basically myths, legends, fairy tales, they're not just stories. They actually come alive.
Become real beings?
Yeah, and the central idea is that these beings often find balance, restore the magical balance of the dream through what they call life mates.
One couple at a time, sort of fixing things.
Pretty much. It's this blend, like we said, paranormal romance, magical realism, urban fantasy, and the whole point, apparently, is fighting whoever's unbalancing the magic.
And within this very fantastical world, the author kind of grounds it with these seemingly normal modern people, like our main guy, Laszlo Grayson.
Right. Laszlo, he's a multimillionaire CEO, runs Grayson Advertising out of Chicago. Seems pretty standard on the surface.
But his money, his job, that's just the start of it, isn't it? There's way more depth.
Oh, absolutely not just the surface. What's really interesting is how his normal life is like steeped in this deep history. Laszlo's actually descended from ancient Irish kings.
Every archetypes of Lionsgate, high kings, basically.
Exactly. He even owns the family ruins back in Ireland. So this lineage, it's not just a cool backstory, it hints at this hidden destiny,
Suggesting you can't really escape the past, even in modern times.
Yeah, like our present is always kind of shadowed by what came before.
Well, Laszlo sounds like more than just a rich guy, though. The source material hints at this really big internal struggle. What does it say about his dark side?
It shows he's really wrestling with some heavy stuff inside. The source says Laszlo has a dark side heavily pressing him toward twisted inclinations.
Okay.
And it's driven by this deep loneliness and also a search for, something different, something forbidden.
So it's not just mild curiosity, it's a real craving.
A deep-seated craving, yeah. For something that pushes boundaries, it definitely hints at the unsettling stuff to come.
And then there's Soraya Heffernan, an orphan girl stuck in a boarding house. The source paints a really bleak picture for her.
Absolutely bleak. She's basically a pawn in this guy Peter Elliott's nefarious schemes, desperate to get away from a fate worse than death.
Horrible.
So her desperate move out of this awful situation is to basically offer herself as Laszlo's slave, hoping he'll rescue her.
Wow.
And what jumps out right away is her last name, Heffernan. It means little demon.
Little demon. Okay, that can't be a coincidence.
Right. It immediately hints at some kind of maybe preordained or even cursed connection between them.
Yeah, definitely not your average beginning to a relationship. It sounds like it's built on some very dark knees right from the start.
No, not average at all. The initial arrangement, as they call it, it's framed like a transaction, a calculated acquisition.
So Laszlo sponsors her, gives her this fancy life, a custom suite connected to his place.
Right, luxury. But the text is explicit. He owns her.
Owns her.
And the sources really stress Soraya's deep feeling of worthlessness. She feels like nothing, nobody.
And it's only Laszlo who makes her feel like she mattered.
Exactly. It's a really chilling setup. Suggests a power dynamic that's completely one-sided from the get-go.
And the source gets really explicit about their connection. It describes Laszlo needing to dominate and even hurt her as a way to keep her close.
Yeah, to witness her pain and essentially break her and take everything she was as his own. It's really quite disturbing to read.
It is.
But what makes it even more, well, complicated is how the author shows Soraya's perspective on it all.
How so?
Her submission isn't just forced on her. She actually seems to want to please him. She believes she wanted what he intended.
Finding satisfaction in his forcefulness.
A strange satisfaction, yeah. This whole dynamic, it pushes way beyond what we'd normally think of as consent. Raises a lot of questions about, psychological conditioning, survival maybe.
And Laszlo knows it's messed up. He's aware of his own sickness, his sinister perversions.
He is. He knows it's wrong. But he finds her damn near perfect, specifically when she's broken exactly as he needed her to be.
So he can't stop himself.
Seems like it. And he even microchips her for tracking, which just shows the extreme level of his need for control.
Wow. Okay. But what about Soraya's view on all this? How does she rationalize it?
Well, what really stands out is her internal logic, which is, I think, a key part of the story, because she was conditioned by that boarding school.
Right, the awful place.
She sees Laszlo as the better option. Dangerous, yes, but also protective in his own way.
Yeah.
She even credits him with teaching her how to beg for what she needed from him.
That's intense.
It is. And despite how dark their bond is, she loves him unwaveringly,
right.
Even if she admits it's unhealthy or twisted. She believes he's her entire world.
It sounds a lot like Stockholm Syndrome, but framed within this fantasy context.
Exactly. It's a very stark portrayal woven into this magical setting.
So we have this incredibly intense, kind of disturbing modern relationship. But then the story shifts, right? Soraya starts digging into Laszlo's family history.
Yes, she does. She finds out his family, the Olayans, were these overlords back in Leinster, Ireland.
Ancient rulers.
Yeah, this is where the whole druid magic thing comes in properly. She discovers that druids held power back then, wielding this powerful magic.
Like black and purple fire from the netherworld.
Exactly that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And apparently many of the old kings were actually druid mages. It connects Laszlo's modern day issues directly to this very ancient, very magical lineage.
Okay, this next bit is really wild. Soraya's research using Laszlo's old books finds this shocking side effect of the Druid King's magic.
Right, this is a major twist.
It's a perverted need for sadism, making them hurt their lovers.
Yes. And this isn't just like a random plot point. It totally flips the script on the usual Chosen One story. It ties his modern life to this ancient and honestly really disturbing kind of predestination.
But there was also supposed to be a solution for this side effect.
There was. A pretty messed up one. The solution was apparently to steal seduction magic from an incubus demon.
Okay.
And then force it onto peasant women, specifically women from the Heffernan family line.
The Heffernans. Soraya's family name.
Exactly, which turned them into, quote, submissive masochists in need of a dominant sadist.
So the little demon name.
It connects to a whole lineage of women supposedly made to serve the Druid King's dark needs, made to balance them.
And this ancient pattern, it gets unnervingly specific, doesn't it? Soraya figures out that Laszlo himself has this recurring cycle of sadism.
Yes, a cyclical pattern every 21 days, always on a Friday, just like the ancient kings in the books.
Wow. It highlights just how deep this magical flaw runs in him.
It really does. And so her surname, Little Demon, and her own nature, it all seems to line up perfectly with what a druid king needs.
Leading her to believe she was literally made to balance him and make him powerful.
Yeah. And she even thinks she has her own magic, an inverted form of seduction.
What does that mean?
It draws men to her, but apparently only so she can ease them. She feels like she actually siphons energy from their, well, brutal encounters.
To heal him.
To heal the worst of what he did, yeah. And she believes she needs his, the source uses the term manly juices to balance out his dark side.
Okay. That's a very visceral form of magic.
Extremely visceral and unique. It ties her very existence to his cursed lineage.
Right, now things really take a turn. Laszlo and Soraya, they're at some charity event.
Yeah, and for the first time, it seems like he's genuinely enjoying himself with her there, his perfect arm candy.
But then, bam, his nemesis shows up, Peter Elliott.
Right. And just like that, Soraya vanishes from the restroom.
And Laszlo just loses it. He panics.
Totally panics. He instantly jumps to the conclusion that she duped him, that she just walked away with Elliot.
Oof. That must just shatter him.
It sends him spiraling into this really profound despair. He
Yeah.
finally realizes Soraya is his driving obsession.
More than just obsession, right?
Yeah, he realizes he's madly in love with her, which is a huge moment for his character, given everything.
And it affects him physically, too.
It does. He experiences selective erectile dysfunction with all other women. It really hammers home Soraya's unique, absolute hold over his soul.
His whole world just falls apart because she's gone.
Absolutely, showing she's become way more than just property to him.
But Soraya's side of it is completely different. She didn't leave.
No, not at all. She was abducted by Elliot. He used these sinister lies to get her alone.
And she tries to escape.
She does, but she ends up enduring really brutal abuse while she's held captive, locked in a cage.
Okay.
But even through all that torment, she stays silent. She fiercely believes Laszlo's magic protected her somehow.
That he's her only hope.
Her loyalty is just unwavering, even facing that horror.
Meanwhile, Laszlo's desperately looking for her.
Frantically, he's tracking her with this app, but it's glitching out. It shows her in Chicago, then suddenly near him down in Texas.
Weird. So he just drives.
Yep, makes this desperate drive towards the Draoithe gates, believing Soraya is the only solution to whatever's happening to him, his own impending doom maybe. Then he gets hit by a truck. Right near the gates, leaves him close to death.
So the crash isn't just random, it's like a trigger.
Exactly. It's the catalyst for the supernatural world to just fully break through into his reality.
And this leads to the rescue and this whole new immortal world.
A completely miraculous rescue, yeah.
Yeah.
He's saved by a stone sentinel named Rock, who turns out to be a gargoyle.
A gargoyle flies him away.
Flies him to Draoithe, this immortal kingdom. And there, a doctor, Flair, tells him he's dying.
But there's a complication.
A big one.
Yeah.
He has a locked consort, Soraya, who is literally holding his soul hostage.
Holding his soul hostage.
Yeah, and because of that, it's stopping him from receiving a dark gift, like becoming a vampire or something similar, which could save him.
Wow. Okay. So enter the queen.
Enter the powerful Tiger Queen, Eli Miller. She's the ruler of Draoithe.
And she has an offer for Laszlo.
A pretty dramatic one. To save him, she has to turn him into an immortal feline shifter. Specifically, a chocolate-maned Barbary lion. It's presented as the only way, even though it'll change him completely, forever.
And her reason.
Her reasoning is simple, and it clicks with the book's title. She needed to fix him because Laszlo Grayson was her ruined lion.
Ah, there it is. The ruined lion. And the final twist here connects everything back together.
It really does. Eli discovers that it's Soraya, this mute little demon they found, who is the one holding Laszlo's soul hostage.
So Soraya is the reason he couldn't be saved easily.
She's the reason Flair had needed Eli to turn the lion in the first place. Her connection to him is that fundamental.
And now Eli wants to fix their connection.
Yeah, Eli is determined now to figure out and fix this totally unbalanced bond between Laszlo, the new lion, and Soraya. She even threatens Soraya to get the truth.
But Soraya stays loyal.
Fiercely loyal to Laszlo right to the end of these excerpts. It's a really powerful final reveal about just how deep and twisted their connection truly is.
So, okay, wrapping this up. What does it all mean? This deep dive. It seems to show how these really personal desires, even the twisted ones.
Yeah, they can be rooted in these ancient forces, prophecies, magic. Laszlo, this rich CEO, he literally becomes a ruined lion. He's transformed by love, by power, by this hidden world he never knew existed.
And Soraya, the little demon, she's navigating this brutal reality, but her fate is completely tied up with his. Her power is central to his actual existence.
It's such a stark contrast to, typical romance stories, isn't it? This raw look at power dynamics. It really forces you to question the whole idea of fated love, or at least what form it can take.
Absolutely. This really shows how deeply personal stuff, even dark desires, might actually be linked to these massive ancient forces. Suggests that maybe sometimes the monsters we make or become...
They're just manifestations of a power we don't get yet.
Exactly. Which leads to our final thought for you, the listener. What hidden forces, what ancient echoes might be shaping your world right now, just under the surface?
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for your support. For more, visit opheliakee.com. Welcome to the dream. Sincerely. Okay.